Hi, thanks for pressing play. I couldn't resist this one very quickly. This is today's news. It's Friday. The visa issue across Europe. It's pretty big news for today, the visa outage. But then yes, there was also this story about a handheld console, ZX Spectrum. And I remember as a kid, that was my first ever home computer, ZX Spectrum. So it caught my attention, this story here. And it's to do with them trying to make a deadline to get it launched or something. I'm not too interested in all of that because I know it's just pure coded messaging as usual. Everything is. And I'll prove it here. So we're looking at the title of this console. It's called this. Where is it? There we go. Let's get my. There we are. So it's a ZX Spectrum Vega Plus. That's what it's called. So plus won't obviously have any value in Gematria, so I've used the word itself, plus. These numbers are just ridiculous. There's only one I'm going to have to obviously talk about. The rest are speaking for themselves. They really are. 218 ordinal, of course. Everyone knows all about that number. 146, this is in the reverse exception reduced one. So this is where E is the master number, 22, and P is also the 11 master number. So that's the cipher going along the bottom there. It's not got any H's, so that's where the single one comes in. That's when it's a H. It gets involved with the 10 on that one. So it's the same for those both two, 146. And I think people as well remember what that number is, because it's 146 Trump's birthday. Pops up in every single thing I ever talk about, it really does. Constant 14th of June, and it's the World Cup as well, we know of. Start date as well, Russia. So Russia connection. 322, don't need to say any more on that one. 1308, I've spoken a lot about that date in the past for history. I've not got a link set up for that, so bear with me 1 second. Okay, thanks for bearing with me there. So I've spoke about 1308 in the past, as that's the year where the Knights Templars charges were increased. So the 1307 was the 13th of October, the Friday the 13th that everyone knows about. The following year, and you'll notice that date as well, is 812. That's 218 in reverse, isn't it? Notice that? Because that's the date that it took, the charges were increased in the year 1308 for the Knights Templar. 1308, that's what ZX Spectrum Vega Plus is in reverse Sumerian, 1308. 911 in primes. I mean, that is a very specific cipher. You know, the primes, because it goes up in obviously the prime numbers in order. So, very specific for that title as well. To equal that, no coincidences with numbers, there's just calculations. Letters are a calculation, they're converted into a number. You add those numbers up, you get these. That's what Gematria is. It's very basic when it comes down to it. It should be taught in all schools, I think. It really should. It never ever will be, because it's obviously occult, hidden, and people think that it's sinister or got something sinister connected to it. Occult doesn't mean anything other than hidden. It's just been made sinister by the usage of it. But this is the one I want to quickly explain. 3121. So again, this is for ZX Spectrum Plus. Just a very specific news article today on BBC from 2 hours ago. But don't do these willy-nilly. There's a reason for every single story they ever put out. 3121. Let me just show you this one. So it's a prime straight away. The way to recognise if something's going to be a prime as well is it's going to be an odd number towards the end, because a prime is generally when it can't be divided by anything. That's basically what it is, isn't it? So 3121. But again, thinking things backwards, that's what we need to be doing now as well. And I've started to do this with all the numbers that I'm starting to see. Because you get further into it, it's deeper and there's deeper patterns. Check this one out. Reversing this one, 12, 13. The numbers again I keep talking about to do with time. 12 being the number for time, 13 being the master of time. One more than 12. Check this out. It's already the 445th prime for 3121. When you reverse it, it's another prime. 198th prime this time. Let me just remind you then, so we've just flipped those around. 3121, 445. 1213 is now the 198th. So we've got 198 and 445 in prime. Oops, let's just get that back up there. I added those two together, so we've got 198th. The one before that was the 445th for 3121. Add those two together, you get that number there, 643. So again, we're just thinking about the primes. We've added those two together, 445 and 198. Came to 643. 643. And there you go. That's how deep the codes go, because that's now the 117th prime. 117. Taking me straight back to the Knights Templar once again, because you think backwards. That's 711. It's 711 years ago since 1307. The Knights Templar year. 20. Oops, I nearly did a 1 there. 2018. See how it all works. Thanks so much. I hope it all makes sense there. Take care for now.